Hi everybody. Merry Christmas. New Year's is just a couple of days away. Thank you so much for watching the show, for giving comments and things, and that's our reward here at Right Edition. There's just two of us. There's me that does the mouth it off, and there's Rick, Right Rick I call him, who does all of the memes and the production parts. And Rick's great. He's been with me for 100 years. And between us, we try our best to kind of bring you views and news with attitude, but also to entertain you. And thanks so much for sending us your jokes, your words of wisdom, and topics, and so many things that we use on the show. And again, we appreciate it. So thank you, and keep doing it. And we hope to see you next year. But because it's Christmas, I just wanted to share a couple of Christmassy things. Firstly, Jesus Christ was born, of course, at Christmas, and another, of course, the word itself is an extension of his name. But hold it, Christ actually isn't his second name. So many people think that that's his name, Jesus Christ. Christ stands for Messiah, so he's Jesus the Messiah. Liberals and bullies continue to interfere with the Christian way of life. It's kind of their thing. They've got to go out and do that. And most recently, they continue to drop the term BC before Christ. Of course, when Christ was born, there was a separation of the calendar time. You have AD after his death, and you have BC before his death. And now the liberals come along and say we want BCE, which means before the Common Era. So, I don't get it. I mean, why do you interfere with the way we live and do things? And it's just another kind of a metric thing, isn't it? You have something that works, so we're going to come and change it. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, and that city back in the 80s was more than 80% Christian. Today it's about 95% Muslim and 5% Christian. Just another interesting kind of point. So many people were scared to say Merry Christmas, particularly under the Obama rule. His administration said it's happy holidays, and people were frightened into doing that. It's kind of interesting how people can get frightened so quickly and strongly, but they were, and they did. Donald Trump removed that politically correct fear and craziness from people, and the people again felt free to express themselves. And the irony of it is, of course, is that he wanted free speech for everybody, and there are people now saying that he shouldn't have free speech. In any event, that's what's going on now. Christmas in England, jolly old, was outlawed by the politicians. It sounds like Christmas music in the back, doesn't it? But that's one of these little bell things that rings every now and again. But we'll take it. It's Christmassy. In any event, it wasn't legal in England. And then the Pilgrims came to America, and they started to have Christmas. But then a lot of the old English types got together and said, this isn't nice. So they outlawed Christmas, and it became against the law. And if you were caught celebrating Christmas, you were fined. You had to pay several shillings or whatever it was at that time. 5 shillings. There it is. But after the American Revolution, Christmas came back to favor, or in favor, and it became a federal holiday in the United States in 1870, quite a bit after the American Revolution. And now, of course, he's been with us all that time. Santa Claus then kind of came to America in the middle 1800s, and he came about because of St. Nicholas, a man born in Turkey, I think in about 270 years after death, sort of thing. And that man gave away all of his wealth, and he walked around and gave his stuff to kids and sick people and poor people and so on. And it became Christmas. In the United States of America, upwards to 30 million real Christmas trees are chopped down every year. Drives them, these environmentalist people, crazy. The tree huggers drives them crazy as well. They lose their minds. Isn't that nice? I like that. In any event, there's over 15,000 Christmas tree farms. A tree can take 4 to 15 years to get to the place where you want to chop it down. But it's an interesting stuff. Gift giving, family, and other social gatherings are symbolic, and the decorations, everything that goes with it. I mean, it makes for a nice time of year and a nice way to live. And I think the liberals should leave us alone. Oh, some liberals are Christians, and I get that, but there's billions of people who are, and it's a great time of year, and you have to think nice things about people. I try. Not that easy sometimes. We all try. And I wanted to thank all of you for being part of Right Edition, being part of my world. And again, thank you, and Merry Christmas. And I'll see you next year.